Initial box images of the new UCS Venator class Republic attack cruiser were leaked last week, but now LEGO decided to put out the official images and the press release this morning. Coming in at 43 inches long, over 5,300 pieces, and at $650 US, this would undoubtedly be a centerpiece of your LEGO collection display. In this video, I'm going to break down the most interesting details of this set and answer a question that I've seen pop up in the LEGO online community. Is this the set of the year? If I have to sum up this set with one word, it's details. This is not surprising for a LEGO UCS set, but it is nice to see just how incredibly detailed it is. Let's start with a basic comparison to the real thing. Is it accurate? To help with that, here is a Venator in real life, and here's the LEGO version. It's pretty close. There are a couple of small discrepancies in the shape, particularly with the width of the dark red stripe on the top of the ship, but LEGO nailed this. I bring this up because LEGO has really upped their game over the years with respect to incorporating angles into their sets, and Star Wars has always been on the cutting edge of this phenomenon. Look back at their past UCS sets and you clearly see this. And that's another reason why the Venator is appealing. Not only is it accurate, but it's consistent with prior UCS Star Wars sets that are so highly rated by fans. The original Star Destroyer, all of the Millennium Falcons, the Imperial Shuttle, and other UCS sets have a similar look and are rated a 4.5 out of 5 or higher on Brickset. No matter what angle you examine the Venator from, intriguing angles abound. There's the angle of the dark red stripe, both from the front to the back, and the vertical angle. There are multiple angles at the nose, the angle of the wings, and the angle leading to the command bridge. The point here is that relatively little of this set is built using conventional LEGO techniques, which makes for an intriguing build. Even if some aspects, like perhaps a Technic frame, might be tedious, the rest of this could be really special. If you haven't built a UCS Star Wars ship, and all disclosure, I have not, it can be a bit overwhelming to take in all of the techniques used to create these angles. There is undoubtedly a huge Technic frame to the ship that provides overall strength and stability, just like in the most recent UCS Imperial Star Destroyer set. The side panels are likely built from a series of plates connected to that frame via Technic axles. There will also likely be plenty of ball joints, hinges, and various clips placed throughout the set to allow for the snot work that accomplishes the overall look. Guys, this is a serious work of LEGO engineering. Now, the details don't stop there, as just like with the previous UCS Imperial Star Destroyer, we have a studs down bottom of the ship that includes the dark red stripe and dark red tiles under the wings, just like the real thing. The hangar is very cool and has a Republic gunship inside, built to scale. And just to show you how massive this ship truly is, check out this picture of the ship on a table, which I think perfectly encapsulates what a 43-inch long, 21-inch wide set actually looks like. The engines also look fantastic. LEGO not only got the correct number, but even the spacing and angling are on point. I'm not sure what the large specialized pieces are, or if they're new. Comment down below if you know. But the frosted trans blue 2x2 boat studs were a great choice. My only question is whether the engines will be prone to sagging over time, which honestly we won't know until somebody builds it and lets it sit on display for a while. There are 4 turrets on each side placed along the top of the ship, each with 2 cannons using ski poles, which I think is an excellent use of the piece and looks pretty good compared to the source material. So from top to bottom, from the front to the back, the details of the Venator are impeccable. Now, I know that if you're buying the set, it's likely going on display and may not be dismantled for a long time, if ever. But just in case you're one of those people that doesn't have a ton of display space, what kind of pieces are you getting with this set? Or to be more precise, just how much Technic are you getting versus useful pieces that you might use in your creations, should you even want to part out this set? Well, the recently retired UCS Imperial Star Destroyer came in at around 15% Technic, which is actually pretty good compared to other LEGO icon sets, such as the Loop Coaster, which was much higher than that. And if the Venator is in that 15 to 20% range, that leaves well over 4,000 usable pieces for creations. Again, if you want to take it apart. These pieces consist of a massive collection of tiles, plates, and modified plates, along with a decent amount of slopes, plus some bricks. One obvious but key difference between this and the Imperial Star Destroyer is that it mixes in plenty of dark red, including the dark red ingot piece for the first time. A quick count based on these images suggests that we're getting around 24 at least. And while the triangle tile has appeared in dark red before, in 12 sets so far, we're getting a solid number of them here. I mentioned the dark red stripes earlier, but there are a lot of 2x4 and 2x6 tiles in that color, which, while not rare, are still very nice to get in large quantities. But hey, who am I kidding? You're not buying this for the pieces or even the minifigs, of which there are 2. The bottom line is that it is an incredibly detailed display set that very accurately depicts the source material. So if you're a huge Star Wars fan and you have the money, it's a must-get set. And yes, it's got a huge price tag of $650 but the UCS Imperial Star Destroyer cost $700 for 600 fewer pieces. And while the price-to-piece ratio is definitely not the best measure of value, placed in this context, the Venator strikes me as a solid deal. Now, why is this a relatively good deal? To me, the big reason is because it's not from the original trilogy. Just like the UCS Razor Crest, which I think is an even better value than this, LEGO seems to understand that demand for non-episodes 4, 5, and 6 UCS sets might be lower and thus needs to lower the price a bit. However, is this the set of the year? I'm going to say no for a couple of reasons. First, it's hard to say that a set at this price point really is the best that LEGO can offer. After all, LEGO could put out, say, in a couple of years, a $1,000 UCS Millennium Falcon, and absolutely some fans will buy it. It would obviously be an incredibly designed, detailed, and ideal LEGO set, but it's not that accessible to most people. And while LEGO is embracing the adult market, there really are some incredible sets that are much more affordable for adults and even teenagers. Along those lines, I tend to argue that the wheelhouse for LEGO's set of the year would run between that $100 and $200 range, give or take a little bit. So while this set would be in the discussion for the title, I would argue that other sets provide better value and perhaps a better building experience than this one. To be clear though, this is more of a compliment to those sets than it is a critique of this one. Second, my hot take here is that there are better sets out there than this one, specifically Rivendell. Look, the Venator is great, but I don't think it's as iconic as Rivendell. The AT-AT? Yeah. The Millennium Falcon? Absolutely. But it's easy to underestimate just how incredible Rivendell is as a set, given that it's the only minifig scale Lord of the Rings set we've had in a decade. That matters. Plus, it's significantly cheaper, although still expensive, and comes with a lot more minifigs. If you're looking at spending a huge sum of money on a LEGO set and you're not a huge Star Wars fan, I would recommend Rivendell. Of course, if you are a huge Star Wars fan, this set is a huge win, and by all means, pick it up whenever you can. Will I be buying this? Unfortunately not, unless this video goes viral, in which case I just might. So before you go, check out my recent breakdown of the new Viking Village. Be sure to like this video and subscribe so that you don't miss any of our builds or analytical videos. Hey, and always remember to keep building together.